Bonsoir tout le monde, c'est moi, Catherine Deneuve. This evening's video is French culture. Now, I will keep teaching French. I'm doing videos, making videos on the subject of French culture more often, and I have recommendations. So tonight's video is about a big part of French culture, French film. And since I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA and a réalisateur, which is a French word for, a French mot for filmmaker, I'm a published screenwriter and a visual artist. Speaking about French film is a subject which is part of my career. I'm also going to recommend, believe it or not, chapeau haut, which is French for hats off, which is a sign of respect. So I'm going to show you my respect also by taking my chapeau haut à vous. So the French films I'm going to speak about first to recommend, because I learned a lot of French through the years off and on by watching and listening to French films. When I watch a film, I listen to the film. I listen to the actors. When I say actors, I'm kind of like Sidney Lumet. He called actresses actors, and I do too. Unless the person keeps saying actress, actress, actrice, actrice, then I'll call the person an actress. So 9 times out of 10, I will call an actrice an actor also. So I listen to the actors, both male and female, and as well as watch the film. So anyhow, and then I'm going to recommend somebody who teaches French who does a really great job. In fact, I'll start with her. I am going to teach French online only, and on my website when I build and create a website, which I have started doing. There are going to be videos on my website, French instructional videos, which are not on my YouTube channel. So anyhow, the French teacher I recommend, believe it or not, is Geraldine Lepere. Geraldine Lepere, L-E-P-E-R-E, lives in Grenoble, France, which is on the French side of the Pyrenees. And the Pyrenees, if you don't remember from high school, or if you studied Spanish in high school, are the French side of the mountain range, which is between France and Switzerland. So if you cross the Pyrenees and you're in France and you cross the Pyrenees, you're in Switzerland. Which Marie Antoinette and her husband, who is the former roi of France, did not make it across the Pyrenees to Switzerland, which is another story. Anyway, Grenoble is on the French side, the France side of the Pyrenees, which separate or adjoin, if you look at it another way, from another point of view, adjoin France and Switzerland. So anyway, Les Pyrénées, the French side is Grenoble. On the French side is Grenoble. And Geraldine Lepere lives and works in Grenoble and has online French classes out of Grenoble. And her mother's from Mexico and her father is from France. And I think it's an interesting story. She tells it better than I do about her own life. She started teaching French, teaching her mother French. And then went on from there to start making videos online on YouTube, teaching French online. So anyway, she's fluent in French, and she lives and works in France 24/7. So she's surrounded by French culture all the time. And she makes a lot of good points and communicates really well in French and in English. And I highly recommend Geraldine Lepere as a French teacher on YouTube. I'll be teaching French occasionally, especially the more I learn. And I'll be sharing with you French culture more often. So tonight's video is about a part of French culture I really enjoy, French film. La la la, woohoo! So anyhow, la is the short version of voila. which is French for there you have it, or there I have it. So anyway, there are two French actors' films I'm going to recommend tonight, and maybe three. One is Catherine Deneuve, and I just say her last name so you know who I'm talking about. I'm on have been on a first name basis avec Catherine for about 3 years. So anyway, I have a correspondence with her, a gentille correspondence, of course. I send her Christmas cards every year. One year, Catherine is a really nice person. And what you have to keep in mind, what I suggest and recommend keeping in mind when you're watching French films, is those people are acting. And those people are in character and playing a part. And there are similarities and differences between someone's character and someone in real life, a person in real life. And for instance, in Belle de Jour, Kathleen played the part of a prostitute in the film The Hustle, or The Hustler. I think it's called The Hustler, actually. She plays the part of a prostitute again. She's obviously not a prostitute in real life. She's an actress and a producer and a published author. I have a book Kathleen wrote indoors in my apartment, which I read as soon as I got it, which are really her diaries. And I got her diaries before I saw La Vérité, which means the truth. And this is one of the films I recommend. La Vérité stars Kathleen, and Juliette Binoche plays the part of Elfia, which means her daughter, in the film. And they're strained and then reunited and reconnected mother-daughter relationship in the film, which is really beautiful to watch and to see. So I highly and strongly recommend La Vérité if you haven't seen it. It came out, it got released in 2020 in cinemas. And so I went to a film theater to see the film, and then I liked the film so much I've seen it 6 times. And you'll hear other filmmakers say this. Spike Lee says he's seen On the Waterfront 56 times. I've seen La Vérité 6 times. I liked it so much. And there are other films I've seen even more times. I liked the film so much, which I'll tell you about another film, French film, after La Vérité. So La Vérité is a film, you're learning French and also about French culture. I strongly recommend La Vérité because it was made in Paris. It was made by Hakido, and he reminds me of Akira Kurosawa. If you have ever seen a film made by Akira Kurosawa, you have got to see La Vérité if you liked Kurosawa's films. His first name was Akira. And the synthesis and the combination of Japanese filmmaking and French filmmaking and collaboration in La Vérité is just magical. And it's very professional. And it's highly intuitive filmmaking. Kathleen is highly intuitive in her collaborative filmmaking with this filmmaker who happens to be Japanese. And it's like Kathleen almost went to Japan to be in the film, and even though she's French, she's highly intuitive in acting and collaborating with him for the film, and it's great. You've got to see it. And it's great. It's wonderful and very effective for studying French, too. You can read the subtitles, and eventually you'll get to the point to where you will watch a French film and you won't even look at the subtitles very much, or you'll be like, oh, I understand what the person just said. Je comprends. I had a conversation on the phone 2 days ago with somebody who called me from France, with the University of Lyon, called me from Lyon. You've got to keep in mind, Paris is not all of France, which is a mistake a lot of people make. Paris is the capital of France, but it's not all of France. And somebody called me from the University of Lyon about attending university classes in Lyon. And I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. So anyway, part-time classes because I work. So anyhow, I am a filmmaker. I'm a réalisateur. I'm a published screenwriter. I'm having 3 fundraisers one of my fundraisers is selling copies of my script book. I'm a published screenwriter. My current published book is, the French mot for book is livre, and you'll hear in La Vérité, were you to decide to watch La Vérité, Kathleen talks about her livre, and Kathleen has won 3 César. The César Award, 3 César. The César Award is the French equivalent to the Oscars, to the Academy Award. And in the film, Kathleen has a whole table of where she's been on the cover of Interview magazine, and her 3 César Awards are on a special table in the film. So, as well as her livre is not a screenplay because she's an auteur, but she writes nonfiction, but not screenplays. There are all different kinds of writing in literature, which is, the word literature is based on the French word livre, which means book. So anyhow, I did read a livre of Kathleen's before I saw La Vérité. And so I have a lot of respect for Kathleen as an actor, as an actress. And if you like Catherine Deneuve films, if you like French films, you've got to see La Vérité. And how to watch it, how to see the film. Amazon Prime. You just subscribe to Amazon Prime, and then boom, you can see films for free. And there are films you can watch by paying, kind of like pay-per-view on cable used to be. You can pay to watch the film. You have 48 hours to see the film after you pay to watch the film, which is how I saw La Vérité the second time through the 6th time I saw La Vérité. I really like Kathleen's leopard manteau in the film too, in the last scene. And the film is a really appealing film. So I recommend La Vérité. Manteau means coat, by the way, in French. And another film I recommend, which I've seen 18 times now, I like the film so much, is Priceless, L'eau de prix in French, which has, the lead parts are played by Marie-Christine Adam and Audrey Tautou, and a stand-up comedian who hasn't done a lot of acting work, but he did well considering the fact he hasn't done a lot of acting work, Gad Amala. And he has done a network special. He did a stand-up comedy on Netflix, but stand-up comedy is not acting, and so this was a foray into acting for him. And then I saw him in another program on Netflix, which was a series he did out in California. And so anyway, he did quite well considering the fact he's really a stand-up comedian and has just gotten into acting, not like this year or something, but as far as his career goes. Audrey Tautou is a really well-known actress. If you saw Amélie, Audrey Tautou had the lead starring part in Amélie. And my mom said Audrey Tautou was in the Da Vinci Code too. So anyhow, I've paid a lot more to the real works of art of Leonardo da Vinci than the film, but I'll watch the film, The Da Vinci Code, now. So anyway, Marie-Christine Adam is an actress I had never heard of before I saw the film Priceless, and now I really like her work. So the film is called Priceless, and it is my favorite French film. And there are people who are French from other Pays-Bas, kind of like some people are Italian Americans and go around saying those people are Italian. Those people are Italian, and just happen to be from America. And my family is French, Scottish, and a little bit Scandinavian, and we happen to be from America. So we're half French, half Scottish, a bit Scandinavian, and from America. So there you have it. So anyway, anyhow, I don't want to go into my family a lot on this video. I'll just stick with the subjects I decided to talk about and share with you about. So anyhow, those are the two films I recommend for learning French, and also because of French culture. The film business is huge in France. The film business started in France. There were two brothers, Les Frères, called Les Lumières. Their last name was Lumière, which means lights. And there's a museum in France called the Lumière Museum, where you can go and learn about the history of the film business and the performing arts of film, and about how those two people opened the first cinema in the world. Those two brothers, the Lumière brothers, Lumiere, the Lumière brothers. So the film industry started in France, not in America, not in California, in France. And so film is a big part of French culture. And I could name French filmmakers, Les Réalisateurs. I'll do that another time because I have my favorites. When it comes to Les Réalisateurs, aussi, who are from France, and I'm a réalisateur. I'm from America, though I'm not from France. So anyway, do be aware there are French people who are from another Pays-Bas, from another country. So anyway, the Cannes Film Festival is in France. I co-produced a film which got screened at the Cannes Film Festival 2005, and Catherine got a Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, which was, I'm pretty sure, a Lifetime Achievement Award, a special Palme d'Or for her achievements in the film business, which is well deserved. And our daughter, Chiara Mastriani, I'm her stepmother, and Kathleen is her mother, of course, had been the mistress of ceremonies at the Cannes Film Festival, and we're very proud of her. We're really proud of her. And so Kathleen is well known in the film business in France, and she's known in the film business in the United States too, more so by film business professionals like we are, but is known in other circles in America too. So anyway, I do recommend La Vérité, which means the truth in France, and I recommend Priceless, which both films you can watch on Amazon Prime, pay-per-view, Amazon Prime. And I do recommend Geraldine Lepere for online French lessons. If you want to learn, I also still recommend LingoPie. LingoPie is great because you can watch films and TV shows in French. I call it the French Netflix. And you can pause if you don't know a word, and then the word you don't know is added to your list of words you don't know. And then there's a quiz after each TV show and each film. And there are just oodles of, there's like French film galore. There hundreds of films and TV shows in French on LingoPie, so I still recommend LingoPie too. All right, if you have any questions or if you have any comments, do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, French Culture with Catherine. Thank you for watching and for listening to my video. If you have any questions about French, if you have any questions about French culture, do feel free to ask me a question down below in the comments or to make a comment. And do keep your comments respectful, and bonne soirée.